It's time for On Point, where we speak to experts to delve deeper into some of the key issues in the spotlight right now. Over 40 years ago, in the city of Gwangju in South Korea, civilians took to the streets to protest against a military dictatorship. At first, the protest was peaceful, but soon the citizens, many of them students, were met with military force. On that day, May 18, 1981, and over the following few days, the foundations were laid to support the democracy that South Koreans enjoy today.
And while the day is remembered here in South Korea, it looks like more and more celebrations are taking place overseas, as the California state legislative body just passed a resolution to officially designate May 18th as the May 18th Pro-Democracy Movement Day over there in America. To get an insight into how the process works for the state of California, we have NA Eun-sook, Vice President of the May 18th Democratization Movement Commemoration Committee. Very warm welcome to you. Good morning and, well, good afternoon to you over there. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Well, first of all, could you explain what this new resolution means for the state of California? How will this day be celebrated going forward?
Actually, the May 18 democratization movement is meaningful not only in Gwangju and throughout South Korea, but also in the United States, the birthplace of democracy as a movement that continue to recognize its meaning and influence. Especially, Gwangju became a mecca of democracy, and the globalization of May 18 democratization movement will accelerate.
Okay, well, from local reports, we know that the bill was being drafted since January of this year. Now, how hard was it to pass? Were lawmakers convinced that this was an important day, despite many of them never hearing about it before? Most important, does it align with what California usually stands for as a state?
Actually, it would have been difficult for Republican Assemblyman Stephen Choi to initiate the resolution alone. He couldn't have confidence to pass up this HR 120 because he was lack of real value of May 18 democratization movement, and still he is a conservative Republican. David Kim, chief operating officer, and me gave him many informations and confidence and responsibilities as a Korean. We emphasized to him, you could be a hero in Korea, and this is the most meaningful in your assembly activities. You can do it only when you are an assembly member. The joining effort from the Democratic Assemblyman Ken Cooley, who is Rules Committee, had been the #1 contributor to passing of this resolution. Also, support from other Democratic Assembly members, Sharon Park Silva and Miguel Santiago, can't go unnoticed. The speech from both Assembly members, Ken Cooley and Sharon Park Silva, showed that they clearly understood the essence of peace, democratization, sharing, and solidarity of May 18 democratization movement.
Right. So, and well, thanks to your efforts, really. Now, the state of California can really share in the meaning of May 18th as a key milestone for the pro-democracy movement here in South Korea. But are celebrations like these common? For example, are there other days that the state of California designates as a special day to commemorate certain freedom movements?
Actually, there are many more days to commemorate those who have dedicated their lives to freedom than to celebrate the Day of Liberty, such as Dosan Anchango Day and Yugansun Day, etc. But as far as we know, it is hard to find anything that celebrates a specific day of current issue.
Right, it is current relative to some of the other events that's celebrated as monumental. But now let's look beyond California. I know you are a part of a committee that pushes these movements forward. So are there any other states or even other countries around the world that are recognizing May 18th pro-democracy movement as an important date in history?
Actually, we are preparing for New York, Illinois, Georgia, Utah, Washington, D.C., and the United Kingdom. After 1 year anniversary, we are preparing for the festival anniversary is important, but more important is the most people know this anniversary. So for this reason, the May 18 democratization movement will be commemorated every year in May as a festival to promote K-democracy and K-culture. That is K-pop, K-pop dance, K-food, Taekwondo, and K-education, etc.
Right, it's just so significant that although it happened over 4 decades ago, it's still remembered today, and it still gives hope and encouragement to people that democracy can happen and it can lead to a flourishing society that, as you can see from South Korea's case, led to the birth of K-pop and all this K-culture that we're seeing today. Thank you so much for speaking with us today, and we hope you have a great day.
Thank you.